Hey guys, this is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. Today, I'm in Kings Point, New York, and I'm headed out kayaking to the Stepping Stones Lighthouse. The lighthouse is way off in the distance in the Long Island Sound, right out here. We are right here in Kings Point at the Stepping Stone Park, and we're kayaking out to the Stepping Stone Lighthouse, circling it, and coming right back. All right, let's go ahead and get this kayak set up. All right, and we're paddling. All right, guys, we're just leaving Stepping Stones Park in Kings Point, New York, and we are headed out kayaking to the Stepping Stones Lighthouse. It's a beautiful day today. We have blue skies, and the high today is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at all those geese flying away. It's so cool. The wind today is light and variable and should be between 5 and 10 miles per hour. So we have excellent conditions. This lighthouse is a Victorian style lighthouse way off in the Long Island Sound. On the opposite side of the lighthouse is the Bronx, New York City. Way off in the distance to the right is City Island, and even further to the right is Hart Island. I recently paddled from City Island to Rat Island and Hart Island. And when I came around Hart Island, I could see Stepping Stones Lighthouse off in the distance. And I even mentioned in that video that I wanted to come back and paddle out to this lighthouse. So today is the day that we are paddling out here to the lighthouse. And way off to the left, I can see the Throgs Neck Bridge, the Whitestone Bridge, and the New York City skyline. The lighthouse is square-shaped and is made of red brick. It stands 1.5 stories high, which equates to about 46 feet. The lighthouse is under the management and control of the United States Coast Guard. The lighthouse was constructed in 1877. It was added to the National Register of Historic Places on September 15th, 2005. The lighthouse is not a really far paddle, but it does sit way out in the open water. And this waterway out here can be pretty treacherous if the conditions are poor. So you wouldn't want to come out here with high wind and high waves. Today is pretty ideal, and we're expected to have a little bit of snow this weekend, and the temperatures are going to drop way down below freezing. So I wanted to get out here and take advantage of this 40-degree day and see this lighthouse up close and personal. One thing I wanted to mention with Hart Island off in the distance, I did apply or register for the lottery to take a tour of Hart Island later this month, but unfortunately I didn't get in, and they said they put me on like standby status. Maybe if somebody doesn't show up or backs out ahead of time, they'll let me know. So I'm gonna keep applying and see if I can get in, because I'd like to go on to Hart Island for one of their tours. I believe their tours, they actually separate it between a north side of the island tour and a south side of the island tour. So when we get out to the lighthouse, I'm gonna try to paddle as close to it as I safely can. I don't think that there's a spot where we can land the kayak. I don't think they want anybody on the lighthouse property, but we're gonna get up close and personal, paddle around it. Since it's high tide, we shouldn't run into any issues with rocks or boulders beneath the water, but we'll see. This is my first time paddling out here, so you guys are experiencing this with me for the first time. I can see from here the red brick and the white light on the top. It's amazing all the different things I can see out here in this section of the Long Island Sound. Way off in the distance, to the right, over that way is Co-op City in the Bronx. Eastchester Bay is on the opposite side of the lighthouse. Pelham Bay Park is way off to the right. It's pretty incredible. And right now, it appears we have this all to ourselves. All right, we're on the home stretch. Stepping Stones Lighthouse is right in front of us. Another lighthouse I would like to check out that's on the north side of Hart Island is the Execution Rocks Lighthouse. So we'll save that for a future trip. But we are creeping slowly to our destination. It feels so good to be out here on the water today. 40 degrees is like such a perfect temperature with the dry suit. I'm not too warm, and I'm definitely not too cold. Guys, I'm so excited for this. You know how many times I've driven over the Throgs Neck Bridge and I could see this lighthouse out here, and I've always said to myself, I gotta paddle out there and check out that lighthouse. But every time I'm driving over, the conditions look so sketchy out here. Holy. So we have a great day today. You can see I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm happy to be out here checking it out. This right here is beautiful nature in the big city. There's a ladder from the water up to it, and it looks like a section of the chain link fence is falling down. I'm going to keep an eye out underneath me for rocks, boulders, any objects. It says 1876 on it. Right above that white blocked off window. I can feel some currents pulling me around. Some rocks down beneath me. But yeah, look at this ladder. This is really cool. So tempting to want to climb up here, but I'm not going to do it. I'd have to tie the kayak off, climb up there. Like I said, it is tempting, but technically no public access is allowed on the lighthouse. City Island off to the left. I'll tell you, the north side of this lighthouse is definitely more choppy than the south side. You know, somebody commented on my most recent video over at Shooter's Island. And somebody was like, it's amazing how many places I go to explore that I can always manage to see the New York City skyline from it. It is quite funny. Obviously, the New York City skyline is very prominent. It can be seen from miles and miles away. I tell you, that Throgs Neck Bridge looks really cool as well. With the sun glistening off the water. It's amazing. I don't like having to pay the toll, but it's a cool bridge. There's a sign right above the ladder. It says, all persons are warned not to trespass on this property. I didn't see that sign at first. This whole time I've been out here, I only saw one tugboat pushing a barge, but it was way off in the distance. But this is so peaceful. This is exactly the reason why I love coming out and kayaking. Peace and quiet. Nothing but the sounds of the water. I have it all to myself. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. All right, we are just getting back to Stepping Stones Park. And this is the dock here to the right. One thing that's so interesting is up on the dock, there's an old telephone booth. You know you're old if you remember using telephone booths. Unfortunately, I remember telephone booths well. How you doing? It's a beautiful day. Nice lady sitting up on the dock. All right, guys. We're going to be pulling up to the shoreline here in a minute. I want to thank you guys for watching 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful. And we will see you guys on the next one.